True review right here with the top 10 badass weapons. Now that's holy chud nuggets, look what that's capable of weapons that you can use in a video game, rather than supervillain evil death rays of justice. Or anti-justice, whatever, go. The AWAP, also known as the Magnum Sniper Rifle, most popularly seen in the Counter-Strike series. This gun might look kind of cool, but the sheer awesomeness of it becomes apparent when you start getting kills. This gun is so powerful, it's essentially a point-and-click to kill weapon. Though most modern shooters are just point-and-click to kill mechanics anyway, the AWAP highlights this in such a magnificent way that will make Tom Cruise's self-image look like a fucking smarty.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living.
The Flamethrower from Far Cry 3. I think I mentioned this gun recently, but like every new Call of Duty game out there, this game hasn't changed since the last time. Forever and now in gaming, we've been able to use different flamethrowers that are so unconvincing they might as well be loaded with hot water instead of napalm. It's a lot like a mediocre club anthem. Sure, it's hot on the nerves, but it's not going to burn the house down. But Far Cry 3, and probably some other game that I totally haven't played, changed that completely. Now when faced with eliminating an enemy camp, you have the option of going in guns blazing like you're trying to reenact your favourite scene from First Blood, or you can whip out the flamethrower, throw some flames as per the instruction manual, and watch the place go up like it's the 4th of July. And then sit back and watch everyone get caught up in it and run around and die in such a wonderful manner. Okay, I need help.
And hold on tight, cause it's gonna be wilder than any 8-second ride.
The Railgun from Quake 3. Well, if you want to get technical, this gun is also good in Quake 2, but I'm using Quake 3 here because graphics. Much like the AWAP from earlier, this gun is another point-to-kill weapon. However, this time round, your opponents don't just die. You know, because killing your enemy from a headshot just sometimes doesn't cut it. When I kill someone, I want to see them explode into many different bits, see their blood vessels spray all over the area, and dance around in what used to be their corpse. Oh sorry, were we talking about video games? I've forgotten where I was going with this. Well, I suppose I better finish this part before my parole officer handcuffs me. Shit.
Lane Goodman.
The Lightsaber. A no robot chicken, it doesn't have fewer calories. Since the dawn of time, mankind has dreamt of achieving immortality, being able to ascend our mortal limits and become something more than what nature has dealt us. But then Star Wars came out and we wanted to be Jedi. Aha, bet you were wondering where I was going with that. I really don't think I need to explain the advantages of having a lightsaber in real life, but I'll tell you what, it'd make the 100-meter hurdles more interesting, though I think that'd defeat the point of it. But let's think about this rationally for a second. The second lightsabers are introduced, someone will try to become a Jedi. The second they try to become a Jedi, they'll try to become a Sith. Do you see a pattern here? Lightsaber leads to Jedi, Jedi leads to Sith, Sith leads to emos. That is why you should beware the path of the dark side. The Maul from Red Faction Guerrilla. Though probably being the most unimpressive weapon to look at on this list, the power of the Maul, not Darth Maul, must not be underestimated. Though this game has assault rifles, explosives, and a particle gun that disintegrates parts of buildings, there's really no reason to use any of that when Alec Mason is given the Maul and his mission objective is literally Hulk smash. With the exception of the actual terrain, you are able to destroy everything that you lay your eyes on, and the Maul is by far the best weapon for this. Walk into a building and smash its base structure, and you'll find the entire building lasting about as long as David Cameron's attention when he attends a public debate. Though the Maul may not look like much, it's a lot like what I tell myself when I look down my pants. It's the small things that have the biggest impact. The Land Shark Gun. You know what? You may not have heard of Armed and Dangerous before, but this gun is exactly how it sounds. It's basically a rocket launcher that fires sharks. I'm not joking. It's a big ass weapon that fires sharks. The only way it could be more awesome is if it had a beer dispenser attached to the side. And the beer label had a picture of Rachel Bilson on it. Running around with this gun is like reenacting your favourite scene from Sharknado. Yes, that is actually a film. And for me personally, I was debating to put the Unicorn gun from Red Faction Armageddon that fires rainbows out of its bum on this list. But given the choice of either that or a rocket launcher that shoots sharks, then we're gonna need a bigger rocket launcher. The Fat Man from Fallout 3. Speaking of rocket launchers, how much fun was the Fat Man? Not Jake and the Fat Man, but the Fallout 3 portable mini nuke that shoots exactly what the description says. Though I've always been concerned that there have been no health and safety rules when it comes to this gun, and to be honest, considering the devastation caused by a regular nuke, even a mini nuke should be able to level entire areas of a city, and it always freaks me out considering this, when the actual nuke gets launched about 3 feet in front of you before exploding on impact. Kinda defeats the point really. When the instruction manual for the launcher says, good for one use only, I didn't realise this was because I was about to get vaporised. And before anyone out there starts leaving me messages like, meh, 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 the Fat Man doesn't kill you, you're just bad at it, then please detect the satire undertone in my voice, you little prick. Just kidding. Or am I? 1, 2, 3, the Redeemer launcher in Unreal Tournament. Speaking of rocket launchers, how much fun was the Fat Man? I mean, wrong bit. I meant the Redeemer. Same as before, but the actual missile shoots in straight lines rather than in an arc, though the missile itself propels through the air as slowly as it's taken Gaben to make Half-Life 3. Ooh, ouch. Though this time you actually can take direct control of the missile, meaning you can fly it over your enemies and ask them to hold on to your massive nuke, but don't drop it. BANG! Oh no. The Concrete Donkey. It should really go without saying that the second some bastard calls in the donkey on you, then the correct procedure to deal with this is to put your face between your hands and scream as loud as you can. There's getting fucked in a video game, and then there's getting fucked, this case being the latter option. The second the donkey is called in, all of your worms on that particular strip of land will die. It's basically insta-death. Death from a giant statue of a donkey. Yeah, I don't get it either, but there's also exploding old women in this game too, so just go with it. One more time, got me feeling so free. Big gun. Ah, come on, do you really need to ask? Standing for what The Rock said, and not Bioforce gun as the film makes it out to be, the big gun is exactly what it sounds like. This is probably the first overpowered gun that any of us ever came across in gaming, and though we'd eventually just go round with a chainsaw Limp Bizkit style, no one can deny the sheer ultimate ponage of justice that comes from the BFG, as well as everything in the room being cleared, organic or not. And that's the end of that one, but if you're not organic, then like and subscribe to my channel, check out my other videos, and stay tuned for more on the way. See you soon.